when it just makes sense. It's your red-pilled brown girl searching for the truth. It's your red-pilled brown girl when it just makes sense. It's your red-pilled brown girl getting to the truth. It's your red-pilled brown girl.
It's your red-pilled brown girl.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, it's Crystal. It's your red-pilled brown girl coming at you. Oh my gosh, it is so much going on, you guys. I'm so excited to talk to you today because a lot has been happening and we gotta really cover what's been going on. The left wing media is completely freaking out over the fact that President Trump gets to pick his people. Okay, so if you have not noticed or have not realized that President Trump won the election with the landslide, you guys. President Trump is the nominee and the president-elect for 2025. Starting January 2025, President Trump is going to be the president. So, with that being said, he gets to decide who he wants to work with him. Now, I find it very, very, very funny, guys, that when he was new and never been in office, he picked people that were considered normal. You never had any issues of who he picked because these were establishment candidates. These were people that, have been in their positions for forever. So nobody asked any questions. Okay. This is his second go round, y'all. This is President Trump's second go round. And just like anytime you do anything twice, you're going to do it differently, you guys. You're going to be very thoughtful, be very methodical. You're going to think about how that person acted when you were president, what you know about them, what you don't know about them, what you didn't like, what you liked. I say all that to say we should probably feel more comfortable than we've ever felt about a president's decisions. And of course, the left is just freaking out. They're just freaking out. They are bugging out by his choices, you guys. And I find it very, very interesting that the certain people that allowed Joe Biden to have a transgendered person over our military has a problem with President Trump's select. You get what I'm saying? Who he selects. The people who were okay with Joe Biden having all these gays and all these, non-qualified people. I mean, look at his freaking VP, y'all. The VP was just hired because she was a black girl. And they were totally okay with it. Now you have an issue. Now everybody has an issue with President Trump and who he's deciding to pick. And I love that they're freaking out about it because it just means that we are getting ready to clean house. Now, what I will say before we go through the picks, which there's only a few of them. I'm going to go over all of them. All of them are super, super important, but some of them are the ones that people are freaking out. I find it very, very interesting that they're talking about President Trump and how he is doing things for white people. Now, when they say doing things for white people, they're being super dramatic, you guys. Super dramatic. They're saying that Trump is basically giving reparations to white people. They're using keywords. They're like, oh, he's granting reparations to white people. Now, this is very this is very important, you guys. President Trump, let me see if I can get what President Trump on So President Trump has ran on the fact that he doesn't believe that we should be treating people different based on the color of our skin, right? So President Trump obviously does not agree with affirmative action, and that's why his justice, whom he elected, did not continue to put forth policies like affirmative action. They actually shut down affirmative action and called it unconstitutional. And so recently, President Trump started talking about, and you guys, I'm just trying to make sure that I'm very careful when I say this because I want to make sure I report on it. So President Trump came out and said that he is now putting forth legislation that allows anybody who feels like they have been discriminated against based on the color of their skin or their sex or any other factor like that, on college campuses, or they can sue. And so any college campus that is going to uphold affirmative action will lose its endowment, and the person can sue the college campus. They'll lose the federal money and everything like that. So what black people are doing, the blacks, they are now calling that reparations for white people. And they're using those keywords to kind of be trigger, but they're not reparations for white people. What they are is what it always should have been. No one should be selected or elected based on the color of their skin. Even Martin Luther King said it should be the content of their character. But what we had is people being selected based on characteristics that they had no part in giving, which is the color of their skin, their ethnicity, and other people were denied. So Asians were being denied, white people were being denied because they needed to make room for white people. Because they need to make room for black people, sorry. So white people are now getting the chance to fight against being discriminated against. And I'm okay with, congratulations, fight back. Congratulations. I actually love that. I love that white people are now saying, hey, we are not going to allow ourselves to be discriminated against. And I say all the time, the answer to racism is not more racism, you guys. The answer to racism is not more racism. The answer to racism is not more racism. So yes, we had racism in our past. Yes, we went through slavery. Yes, all of the Jim Crow and all that other stuff, that foolishness, the civil rights movement that turns out to not be what it is. It was just another socialist movement. But yes, we went through all of that. Now we are kind of on the other side, and we are trying to make the pendulum swing so far that we have started discriminating against people who deserve to have the same rights as black people. That's just the truth, right? So congratulations to President Trump for having the courage. Sorry. Congrats to President Trump for having the courage to stand up. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh, see, it's going to get worse. Here's what I will say. President Trump has been a man of his word. He is fulfilling the duties of them who sent him, okay? And the people who sent him overwhelmingly spoke and said that this is what they want, okay? The people who sent him to the Oval Office, I'm sorry, are not the Roland Martins. I'm sorry, are not the Beyoncés and the Jay-Z's and all the black actors and the black actresses, the black famous people. It was the white folks, the unapologetic white folks, God-fearing white folks that sent him to the office, and they said, hey, these are our concerns. These are our demands. Now, he is focused on that. And I love that for them. I love that for them. For so long, white people have kowtowed to the blacks, trying to make them happy, trying to do what's right, trying to not feel racist, but still feeling racist. If they say, oh, I don't see color, oh, see, you're a racist. If they say, okay, I see color, oh, because you see color is why you discriminated against me. White people have been trying and trying and trying and getting nowhere with the black folks. You want an example? President Trump, 2020. No, let's go back to 2016. 2016, President Trump made an appeal to the black folks and said, hey, what the hell do you have to lose? Your cities are crap. Your schools are crap. I'm here to try and make it better. Give me a chance. That was his appeal to black people. They gave him, black folks, gave him their behinds to kiss, myself included. I did not vote for President Trump in 2016. Still, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, he was doing nothing but making life better for not just white Americans, but for black Americans. He did the opportunity zones, which was going to help the inner cities and help places like Baltimore, help developers go in and build and give money to developers for developing in those neighborhoods. He did the HBCUs. So the HBCUs would come every single year or every 2 years to get funding from the federal government. And he said, why do you guys keep coming every single year to get funding? He was like, that's just the way that it is. He said, okay, well, let's give you permanent funding so you don't have to keep asking for the funding. He did that for the HBCUs. He did prison reform. Van Jones and a few other people that were working on it. I think it was even like Kim Kardashian was working on prison reform. And this was going to help black people. He worked on that. Then Ice Cube, y'all remember Ice Cube came out and Ice Cube said, oh, I want to talk to, this was in 2020. So here we are coming up on the 2020 election. I want to talk to the President Trump's administration, and I want to talk to the Biden administration to figure out how you're going to help the black community. Mind you, he had already done so much to help the black community. Like he used to say, I've done more for black people than any other president since Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves. That's the truth, okay? But still, he was willing to talk to Ice Cube about what he was going to do. And that's when he came up with the Platinum Plan. So let's talk about the Platinum Plan, because this is very, very important, you guys. This is very important that we talk about the Platinum Plan in 2020. 2020 Platinum. Okay, so the 2020 Platinum Plan, this is what he did. He said, I commit as President Trump to opportunity, security, prosperity, and fairness. He said 3 million new jobs for the black community, creating 500 new black-owned businesses, increase access to capital in the black communities by almost $500 billion, safe urban neighborhoods with highest policing standards. So he said highest policing standards. He made sure he said that. Commit to working on a second step act, because you remember the prison reform was the first step act. He said access to better education and jobs training. Give black churches, this is for all y'all Christian black folks. He was going to give black churches the ability to compete for federal resources for their community. He was going to bring better and tailored health care to address historic disparities. He had immigration policies that protect American jobs, so black jobs, advance home ownership communities, and enhance financial literacy in the black community. And finally, onshore manufacturing to advance jobs and develop opportunities for black-owned businesses. You guys can go. I'm going to show you this. He actually put it in writing, okay? So I'm reading it. Go research the Platinum Plan. Black folks voted for Joe Biden at like 97%. After President Trump gave you what he was going to do. All you got from President Joe Biden was, if you don't figure out if you want to vote for me or President Trump, then you ain't black. That's all you got from Biden, was us name calling. Sorry, you're not black if you don't want to vote for me. So President Trump gave that to you guys, and y'all still overwhelmingly rejected him. Come 2024, there wasn't a single black person of power, hear my voice, that came out to support this man. Now, when I say famous, I mean like the big names, right? Big names. There were several white big names that gave up everything, their reputation and everything they put on the line to support President Trump. There wasn't a single black person that was courageous enough to put it all on the line. The Van Jones, whom he helped. Nobody supported this man. No Denzel Washington, no anybody. People who I know are conservative. People who have worked with him. Will Smith, who he was on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air show. No one came out in the black community and supported this man. When Kanye West tried to support him, the black community reamed him so hard, reamed Kanye West. So you guys put out how you felt about President Trump. Even though he tried to help you over and over and over again, constantly rejected. And then in 2020, then when the election actually happens, this is 2024 election now. You guys vote 88% for a moron. 88%. That ain't even black. You support her. She hasn't done a single thing for you. Y'all talked about how she locked up. Mind you, she's the feds, okay? She is the DA of California. She locked up all of these black people for weed while she went on the Breakfast Club and laughed about smoking weed. She locked up parents for truancy. She hasn't done a single thing to help any of the black community, hasn't done anything to help the illegal immigration, hasn't done anything. And you guys voted for her at 88%. And then you have this fool, Jamal Bryant, says that he is going to gather 1,000 black men to petition the federal government on their behalf. I want y'all to see this. I really want y'all to see this, because I can't make this up. I can't make this up. I can't make this up. He said that he's going to get 1,000 black men to petition the federal government on their behalf. Watch this. Watch this, y'all. This is so important. This is so important, y'all. This is so important.
Grateful for those of you who joined us in prayer on last Tuesday. This is our year of answered prayers.
Year of answered prayer.
Attending to our voice.
Watch this, y'all.
This coming Tuesday, I want all of you that can and will to meet us on Tuesday night. I'm going to try to unpack biblically and scripturally what it is that this nation is confronting and what we're dealing with and the road map that is ahead.
So we don't
Pastor
need your
Carey,
help.
thank you for encouraging the hearts of our women.
We don't need your help to unpack.
This morning, I'm grateful. All of our men, make some noise. All of our men,
Watch
make
this,
some
y'all.
noise. On January 4th, I am summoning 1,000 men from around the country. 1,000 men are going to come to Atlanta. The NAACP has already signed off on it. The Urban League has already signed off on it. But I want 1,000 men to come to Atlanta. Those of you who are watching online, for black men to come up with a 4-year legislative agenda for what it is that we want to see happen, and to really put our focus as men on the line. Power concedes nothing without a demand. And as a consequence, we can't afford to be reactionary, waiting for something to happen. But I want our black men to be on the front line of it. Would you cheer for a brother that's standing near you? Cheer for a brother that's standing near you.
So Jamal Bryant, who's going to tell him? Who's going to tell him negotiations don't work like that? Do I need to tell him? Do I need to tell him? Who's going to tell this man that negotiations don't work like that? Let me say this so President Trump doesn't have to. Let me say it so President Trump doesn't have to. Negotiations work like this, Mr. Jamal Bryant. You say, hey, I'm going to give you something if you do this. And then they say, okay, I'll do this if you do this. Black community has rejected President Trump and the idea of him helping y'all. So I don't know what these 1,000 black men are going to demand, but it's over. You better sit back, relax, enjoy the cheap gas, enjoy the prices going down, and enjoy the job and labor market getting better. But other than that, President Trump should be done with black folks. I'll say it, President Trump, so you don't have to. Done with black folks. You can't do nothing for them. You can't help them, okay? They constantly hate themselves. They constantly vote against their own self-interest. And then they want to blame it on white folks. So I am so glad that this whole administration, I am hopeful that they just move on from black folks. Y'all better enjoy whatever good that you get from a Trump presidency. But right now, I am focused on the people who have sent me. And I'm sorry, that is anybody who identify as American, not black. Sorry. And that's just how it has to be. You guys, send that to anybody who has a question about it. I hear people, oh, President Trump, he hasn't elected any black people. What black person stood by his side? Which one? Which one? Byron Donalds? Byron Donalds is gonna get he gonna get his, I'm sure. He gonna get his. But who? What celebrity? Who came out? Nobody helped him. So I'm sorry. It is what it is. It is what it is. Get the person who can do the job. If they are American, I'm with it. With that being said, you guys, okay, I went off. With that being said, let's talk about who President Trump continues to nominate. He nominated one of my girls, Tulsi Gabbard. Okay, so he nominated Tulsi Gabbard. Okay, so we talked about Susan Wiles. We talked about who he nominated as the border czar, which is Tom Homan. We talked about what is the other one? Oh, U.S. Ambassador. We talked about her. Okay, today we're going to talk about who he got as the Department of Government Efficiency. So this is cool. Okay, So who he has nominated for Department of Government Efficiency. He actually picked two people, which I thought was very, very interesting. That should tell you how serious this whole government efficiency thing, you guys, is. Like, it's really important because, y'all, he's picking two people to do this job. Two people. That should tell you the amount of waste. The amount of waste that goes on in this freaking government, y'all. Like, he needs two people. And so he has, let me make sure I put this up here because I want to make sure I have some notes so I can read to you guys. This is so important. This is so important. Okay. So he has Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk as Department of Government Efficiency. Now, I think that this is so cool because let me first talk about Elon Musk. Elon Musk was the one that, took over Twitter. Remember, Twitter had like so many employees, you guys, and they were censoring American people. They had the whole, fact checkers involved and crap like that. And Elon Musk, hold on, let me make sure I put it to the side. So Elon Musk was the one who went in there, cleaned house, cut the staffing by he cut the staffing to a fourth of the staffing. I want to say a fourth. Okay, how much staffing did Elon Musk cut? Hold on. I need to know this stuff. How much staffing did Elon Musk cut off Twitter? He cut, oh shoot, yes. So he actually cut Twitter by 80%. So it was more than a fourth, you guys. Like, he cut it down to he only kept 20% of the staff at Twitter and ended up doubling the amount of revenue that Twitter came in. So there was so much waste. If we haven't figured it out that Democrats just love waste, you guys, if we haven't figured that out, then I don't know. So he cut Twitter by that much and still did jobs. So I'm excited about what he's going to do with the government, because we all know that the government just wastes, you guys, and they waste because it's not their money. It's American taxpaying dollars. They're just throwing and blowing it away. So super excited. And then Vivek Ramaswamy, who famously ran his campaign on this. Like, Vivek Ramaswamy said he was going to literally cut the government staffing by 50%. He said he was going to do it by alphabets. Like, if your name starts with A C E, like, he said that he was going to just cut it because it was just so much waste. So I'm super excited to see what they do. Y'all, I don't want government employees to lose their jobs. And I don't think that that's what they're talking about. I don't think they're going to make government employees lose their jobs. I know for a fact that they are going to give it back to the states. So a lot of the money that the federal government is taking for programs that have not worked, you guys, one being Federal Department of Education, they're going to stop doing that, and they're going to give the money back to the states so the states can handle the educational needs of the citizens, which I love. So I'm super excited to see what happens with that. I listened to Tucker and Vivek actually Tucker Carlson and Vivek actually talking about it and how it can be done, and how it can be done in a way that is respectful. How you're going to allow people, certain people are going to retire. Some people they're going to get rid of through attrition. Some people they're going to buy them out, and these people will be able to get jobs in other places and not have Washington so heavily concentrated with rich government employees, which I just love. I think that that's amazing. And these are people, most importantly, that don't need that job. They don't need that job. They don't need that job. They have money, so that's super important. I like that he picked Marco Rubio as Secretary of State. Nice, right? That's pretty good. Secretary of Defense, Peter Hegseth. Everybody was talking about this is a huge thing that they're kind of getting upset about Peter. I don't know if you guys recognize him, but he's a Fox News host, and everybody knows him as a Fox News host, right? But what they don't know is that he's actually a veteran and has served our country. He's an Army veteran, and he I think as a Fox News host knows a lot about the military. So I'm actually excited for non-government people. Like, he has a different experience and sees things a little bit different. I did watch a clip of him. Let me see if I can grab that clip where he was talking about women should not be in combat. Hold on, let me see. He said women should not be in combat. Hold on. Women. Yeah. I actually enjoyed that. Because here we go. Today, President-elect Donald Trump will meet with President Biden to discuss the transition of power. And here we go. It comes as Trump's new cabinet takes shape.
ABC's Christiane Cordero goes over some of the more unexpected appointments.
In the 1 week since becoming president-elect, Donald Trump is on a hiring spree, tapping Fox News host Pete Hegseth as Secretary of Defense. The Harvard and Princeton grad served in Iraq and Afghanistan. He's urged Trump to clean house at the Pentagon and says this about women in combat.
Because I'm straight up just saying we should not have women in combat roles. It hasn't made us more effective, hasn't made us more lethal, has made fighting more complicated.
Trump has also announced cabinet positions to help deliver his campaign promise of mass deportations, including so-called border czar Tom Homan and
Love Tom Homan. But yeah, so y'all, why is that controversial? That women should not be in combat zones, that women are probably better in, like health and administrative roles, that they shouldn't be going hand to hand, toe to toe, blow for blow with an enemy online. Like why is that controversial? Do y'all see them movies with China military? Do y'all see any females there? Or y'all just been watching Mulan and y'all feel like women can fight like with a man? Women cannot fight men. I'm sorry. And I don't care about your Aunt Bertha that took on 3 men back in her day and she was big and tall and strong. Aunt Bertha is not most women, okay? She's not. Most women cannot fight against men. And I don't know why that's controversial. So everybody's upset because Pete Hegseth said that and he meant it. And I agree with him. And I'm thankful and I'm glad that we have gotten some common sense back in the White House, as opposed to Joe Biden's administration wanting to do maternity combat suits. Oh, so not just women fighting, pregnant women fighting. He's a fool. So I love it, you guys. Pete Hegseth, I actually didn't know that he went to Princeton and Yale. All the more well qualified. But I'm telling you, you guys, I trust President Trump at this point in time. So whoever he pick is all right with me. I didn't know he went to Yale. Not surprised, because I know for a fact he's not playing games this go round. And we put him in office because we want him to do the job. And if he believes that Pete Hegseth can do the job, I am for it. So that's Pete Hegseth. Marco Rubio, we said Secretary of State. I keep going past Matt Gaetz, y'all, because we got to talk about that one. Kristi Noem, who I like. I actually like her. She's going to be Homeland Security. She is super loyal to President Trump, which I like. Everybody was thinking that she was going to be the vice presidential pick, but he didn't pick her. I'm glad he didn't. She had a lot of stuff with her that people could just say when she wrote her book. I don't know this guy, Lee Zeldin. I don't know him. Susie Wiles, we talked about. Who else did we miss? Oh, Tulsi Gabbard. Oh my God. Director of National Intelligence. Please. Oh my God. I don't think anybody could disagree with that. I mean, she's just incredibly smart and incredibly talented. And Democrats just didn't know what to do with her. They really didn't. RFK is going to be the health, hold on, let me say RFK. Okay. Let me show y'all. Secretary of Health and Human Services is Mr. RFK, and the left is already freaking out about it. Okay, here's why. We all knew this, right? But RFK is very passionate about this. He's passionate. Oh, let me see. I'll show you guys.
It's the most wonderful
Because I think this is important.
With Verizon, trade in any phone, any condition, and get iPhone 16 Pro on us. And iPad and Apple Watch Series 10, all three on us. Only on Verizon.
Now we got breaking news on the Trump transition. Eamon Javers has the details. Eamon.
John, that's right. We've got a post now from Donald Trump Jr. on social media saying that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. will be the next Secretary of Health and Human Services. The post from Donald Trump Jr. says promises made, promises kept, and features a number of pictures of himself with RFK Jr. RFK Jr. Clearly a vaccine skeptic, somebody who's been accused of being a conspiracy theorist, someone who's very skeptical of modern medical science in general, skeptical of fluoride in the water, saying that it causes health damages to children, will now be in charge of HHS, which has a $1.6 trillion budget. It oversees the Food and Drug Administration. It oversees the National Institutes of Health, Medicare and Medicaid. Most of that budget is what they call mandatory spending in Washington for Medicare and Medicaid recipients. So a massive, massive organization now, according to Donald Trump Jr., to be overseen by Robert F. Kennedy Jr. John, back over to you.
All right. Eamon Javers, thank you.
So, okay. So I love when they bring up the fact that he's a skeptic of vaccines. I love when they bring up, sorry, you guys, I like pulp in my orange juice. But I love when they bring up the fact that he's a skeptic of vaccines, and he's a skeptic of the health industry, but they don't tell you why. I love RFK because he actually tells you why he's a skeptic of these things. He's a skeptic because children are sicker. Americans are sicker. He said that, I think it was a clip that I played for you guys before where RFK was saying, let me see if I have that clip. But he was basically saying that we spend more money on chronic disease than ever before. When his uncle was in charge, we spent zero budget. We had a zero budget for chronic disease, and now we spend $1 trillion on chronic disease. He talked about how 77% of American boys cannot enlist in the United States military. He talked about how 1 in 3 children that grow up in the hood have asthma. Like, there's a reason why he's skeptic. Like, he's not just skeptic, you guys. Like, and so the way they say, oh, he's a vaccine skeptic, or he's skeptic of the health, like, it's not like we're so healthy. It's not like, oh my God, we're so healthy and we're flourishing, and he's skeptic. Like, anybody with half of a brain would be skeptic if you had a whole nation of people with chronic illnesses, cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, a whole nation of people that 40 years ago, this was not the case. So the way they pin him as some kind of skeptic, like he just kind of came out of nowhere and questioning these things is just very telling of the American media, you guys. And that's why I'm so thankful for YouTube and the platform to be able to talk to people directly, because these people, you should be skeptical of them. They're evil people. They don't do what's right by the people. They are enemy to the people. I'm so excited to see who he's going to pick as press secretary. Oh my God. Oh my God. I think he's holding that, because I really want to see who's press secretary he's going to pick. And then my, who he picked as his, oh God, shoot. Look, my thing died. Jeez. Mr. Matt Gaetz. They are chewing Matt Gaetz up, okay? So Matt Gaetz is now nominated to be, Congressman Matt Gaetz is nominated to be the Attorney General, okay? So the Attorney General is over the FBI, CIA, and all of that good stuff. So people are saying that they have issues with Matt Gaetz because he has been accused of things that have never really been proven. He is one of the most outspoken, he's so fearless. He's a congressman. He's only 42 years old, really young. And they have accused him of sleeping with young girls, statutory rape. They have accused him of doing drugs. Mind you, none of this has been proven. He's just been accused of this. And I believe that he's been accused of this because he won't play along. Like, he will not play along at all. He's a tough as nails congressman, and he ran his ship like that. He is famously responsible for getting rid of the House leader Kevin McCarthy. Like, you remember he went up against he went up against everybody and got rid of Speaker McCarthy. And he had reasons why he got rid of Speaker McCarthy that were valid reasons. I supported him 1,000% when he did that. But they don't like Matt Gaetz because Matt Gaetz won't play along. He's tough as nails. And that's what President Trump is going to need. He cannot be swayed. He's super, super loyal. Matt Gaetz is loyal to President Trump and loves this country. And he hasn't been found guilty of anything. They accuse you of crimes when you don't bow or you don't kiss the ring, essentially. So I like Matt Gaetz. I think he is going to make a wonderful attorney general. I hope that it's easily passed. Like, I hope they don't give him a hard time. I think that he'll be fine because we won the House, we won the Senate. Republicans are the majority in the House and the Senate. So I don't think he'll have any issues. What I do think is that President Trump is making the right decisions, you guys. I have all faith. He's had 4 years to sit back and watch these people. And the people that he's going to put in place they are really going to make America a great and a safer and a wonderful place to live. So I'm super excited about this. Matt Gaetz, keep giving it to them. Keep not bowing. Tulsi Gabbard, Elon Musk. Oh God. RFK. It's about to be real, and everybody just need to just sit back, watch, enjoy what this man is going to do for his second term. President Trump is very ambitious, y'all. He doesn't need thank yous and praises. He really is a builder, and he really just wants to make this place great, like when he was growing up, the same way he did with New York City. Love him or hate him, New York City was a better place because of people like President Trump and Rudy Giuliani. I'm curious to see what he does with Rudy Giuliani. Like I'm wondering if he's gonna put Rudy Giuliani in any places. I don't know. Let me see. Hold on. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. But anyway, I just wanted to get up here and talk about that because I thought it was so important. I love that he's not putting a whole bunch of gays in place. Nothing wrong with gays, but what else you got? The fact that you gay? Like, you know, who else? I'm glad that he's not picking people based on, oh, let me make sure I have this many black people. He doesn't owe black people anything at this point. Nothing. I can't believe how dirty we did him, the black community. I can't believe all the rappers and stuff that came out for Kamala, knowing good and well that this man was legit a good guy. Yeah. I'm just curious. I don't know. Let me know what you think, you guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hold on. Let me read my comments. Frankie Blee, you said, preach, little darling. MAGA. Yes. Look, my cousin, she be in my comment. She said he had no help and still won, and Harris is in debt, and she had all the help. I know. Y'all. Oh, my God. I have got to do a video on how much money. Matter of fact, let's just go over this woman. Oh, my God. Did you see how much she paid Beyonce? She paid Beyonce like $10 million, y'all. $10 million. Hold on. She paid Beyonce $10 million, y'all. She paid Glorilla. Hold on. Glorilla. She paid I don't know how much she paid Glorilla. Cardi B saying she was not paid to endorse. She a daggone lie. And Oprah was paid $1 million, but she said she didn't get paid. It was Harpo Productions that got paid, which is her company. Come on, y'all. Sue, I don't know. Like, obey him, sis. My cousin, like, Camilla, how was she going to balance the budget? Like, how was that going to happen? She could not balance $1 billion in 3 months. She could not balance that budget. She was broke in 3 months with $1 billion, $20 million in debt. It's a shame. It's a shame that we fell for it. It's a shame that they're still going in on it. I was watching Roland Martin today, you guys, and he was talking about all the ways that Democrats could win. And I'm like, you're thinking about the wrong things. You guys are not Democrats are not hearing American people. We don't want sex changes on our children, okay? We don't want a whole bunch of gay stuff, okay? Gay is fine, but when you just keep doing too much, nobody wants all of that, okay? Even the gays don't want all of that. You know, like we want cheap gas. We want to better our lives. We want good schools. We want cheap gas. We want to earn a living. We want to buy a house. We want to be able to drive a car. We want good insurance. Like, that's all American people want. Good food, good restaurants. Like, that's all we want. And y'all just kept doing too much. And now you're trying to figure out how to win. Stop talking about stupid stuff and start talking about the things that we want. Simple as that. That's why y'all lost. Y'all put a fool up there and y'all a fool. So anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm so grateful that you watch. I'm so grateful. Y'all, oh my God. So anyhow, until next time. Hold on, I'm gonna make sure I get. I'm gonna make sure I get this together today, you guys. I'm gonna get it together. Yes. So I'm gonna go live on Sunday of this week. Sundays work better for me in my schedule, you guys, and I love it. Tomorrow is you know, a lot of stuff is going to go on this weekend, I'm sure, with the appointments and things like that. If anything crazy happens, I'll definitely go live to talk about it. But until then, it was so great. So thankful that you guys watch. So thankful that you even allow me to talk and come into your homes. So grateful that you listen to me. And until next time.